This is what Imam al Gazzali is arguing. And so he has the book of, he begins it with eating and drinking. We eat with no presence anymore. People used to take time before they ate and said grace. Even in this country, people would stop before they ate and they would thank their Lord for the gifts which they were about to receive. This was common practice, being present with food. People used to be present when they cooked food. They cooked food with love. I had one teacher, one of my teachers, Umar Malahji, his wife would cook her food, doing prayer on the Prophet the entire time with niyatu shifa, that God would make that food a healing for the people that ate it and make the energy that they derive from it used for worshiping Allah. They would only buy from grocers in Medina that they knew prayed 5 times in the prayer in the masjid. They would go out and pick their own animals and sacrifice them because they didn't want to buy meat from these butchers that they didn't know how they were treating the animals. This is a real family that I have visited over the years. It is a fact, and I guarantee you many people have experienced this. If you go and have eaten a full meal, and you go there and they serve you food in the house of Umar Malahji, you will not get indigestion by eating a second meal immediately after that at his house. And many people have testified to this because they will force you to eat. Never mention death at the table. He says death is not an appropriate, because he said if your heart is alive and people mention death at eating, you should lose your appetite. And if you don't, it's a sign that your heart is dead. Wendell Berry the other night talked about people now reading about massacres or watching them on television while they're eating their dinners. And it has no effect on them. This is from deadened hearts. You're in a situation of blessing, and you have to respond to that with gratitude. And that will increase you. And if you don't do those things, what he says, if you're in a state of gratitude and you respond by heedlessness, the blessings will be taken away from you, not as a punishment, but as a reminder to not squander. To not squander this life is the essence of intelligence. Whether you're a street sweeper or a professor, a doctor, a judge, a lawyer, whatever you're doing, if you're doing it with purpose, intentionality, purity of end and means, then you're doing the right thing. It doesn't matter what you're doing.